It's John Jones, I'm here at home. Do you remember back in the 1970s when CB radio was at its crazy heyday? And there was so many people, amplifiers everywhere. Grandma was using an amplifier. So much so that the FCC had to add 17 extra channels. Well, I don't. See, I was born much, much later. But I do remember the 1990s and early 2000s, when CB radio had cooled down enough for people to start using it to talk to their friends. And I'd sit as a 12-year-old boy and just listen to the conversations about women and food and cars and food, because these are older guys, they don't talk about women as much. But I used to love that. I used to get a Wilson 1000, stick it on the top of my dad's truck, and talk to people that I never would know about normal, everyday, boring things. But you know what? It was fun, and it was beautiful, and I remember just sitting out at night talking to people about mundane things. Now, though, it seems, and I don't know why, I'm getting so much skip lately. Tons of skip. Tons of noise. And, yeah, I know CB radio has probably died a lot more than it did in the 90s, but it just feels like more of a competition. I don't know what it is. People are talking on their cell phones, and now the only people really left that are using CB radio are enthusiasts that want to talk around the world. And I totally understand that, and I respect it. Skipping really far is fun. But I found something. Gmrs repeaters. I've been holding on to this H1 for a long time now. It's fun just listening and talking on repeaters. These repeater conversations remind me of the old days. Now, yeah, I'm not an old guy, but I remember listening to these people on CB radio just talk about their everyday things like gardening or things they were interested in, not trying to skip out really far or talk over each other or use noise toys. They just really want to talk. And this, I swear to you, when I turn this on, it's going to sound like old school CB radio. People telling each other about, man, I really got to stop smoking, or, whew, my goodness, my wife's cooking something good in the kitchen. I'll be right back on the side. Sounds just like it. Now, what do you need to run this, huh? This GMRS stuff. Well, you don't need a test. That's ham. All you have to do is go onto the website, the FCC have website, and literally just get a license. You don't have to take a bunch of tests. It's easy as pie. And once you do that, you can find yourself an old radio like this one. This is the H1. It's actually a brand new radio, got a review. But as long as it has the capability of hooking up to a repeater, you can talk to anyone, anywhere. In fact, the repeater I'm using covers up to 75 miles. That's right, I can talk 75 miles to anyone about mundane shit. Really, because, I mean, it reminds me of the old school stuff. And there's a spirit and a heart in it. And yeah, it's FM. And no, I don't want FM to be better than AM, but it is better as far as noise. AM does skip a little bit better, but FM is much better for noise reduction. There's not a ton of static on here, and like I said, it may not actually be simplex. You're not a CB radio talking to someone really far away. You're hitting a repeater, which is a big antenna, and it's repeating the signal over 75 miles. So it's not exactly like CB radio. You're not going to get the same sort of feel that your radio is reaching another radio really far away. But if you're just in it for the conversations, then this is the way to go. And I'm going to show you a few clips of that. And I really encourage you to get into it if you can, because CB radio is great, and it will never be replaced. I will never argue that. CB radio is great. But if you're searching for something, this might be it. So let me show you some clips. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Are you the owner?
No, I just listen whenever I can, and I make a list of people who talk on the repeat. Not on my list. I'm going to put you on there. I doubt you have me on that list either. I haven't tuned in quite a while, but I'm often listening. I'm typically in Fort Mill, South Carolina, but I'm only traveling northbound in 77, almost in the heart of Charlotte.
I think I heard someone out there on the GMRS repeater a few minutes ago. I had to get my coffee. Hello. That again. I had some static.
That's Ray, and I'm just south of Charlotte in Pineville, North Carolina.
All right, Pineville. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how far this repeater covers. I think it's 75 miles, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, we can often hear people, but it kind of depends depends on how high up you are, and maybe if you're stuck in a hole, or just, you know, where you're located at any given time, and what the conditions are. But we can hear you pretty well, but you may not be able to hear us pretty well. And I'm in my normal spot, so I should be clear enough.
Yeah, I think I need to get an antenna or something put up. This is just an handheld unit that I'm doing a review for a company called Retivus. They send me free products and I review them. This one is a pretty hefty rig. I don't have my ham license yet, although I could have gotten it years ago. I don't know why I didn't. I think during COVID, I wanted to do things in person because I wanted to meet some of the hams in the community. So I held off for several years getting it. But I definitely want to get my ham license on the 21st and hopefully can review the radio further.
That radio dual band, or does it work with GMRS and with ham frequencies?
Yeah, so it covers GMRS, 2 meter, and 70 centimeter.
What model number radio is that? Retivus, what model?
It's the H1, Hotel 1. It's the best radio so far that they have sent at around $200, and it definitely competes with some of the Kenwood and Yaesu radios.
Sounds like they're being really competitive. That's great. I'm glad to hear about it, and I'm going to check it out. Appreciate it. This is Day in Pineville, and I'll be on the side.
This is Johnny. How are you?
Doing all right. I was just listening to y'all's conversation. Johnny, you were breaking up a whole lot more than I can't remember what the other guy's name was. But yeah, I just wanted to make sure my radio was still working right.
Oh, you sound very clear. Yeah, I had a feeling it was probably me anyway. I live in a hole, and I don't mean that by any... I mean I live between all sorts of hills and everything. I'm surprised I can even hit the repeater. But you sound great. Yeah, you're sounding nice and clear.
I tried to answer somebody else's radio check earlier, and it didn't seem like anybody could hear me, so. Simpsonville, South Carolina. See if I'm making it into the crowd, or 575.
I can hear you, South Carolina. I can hear you, South Carolina.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I've heard a few conversations. Normally I get people coming in on the receipt side here about S5, and things are not down tonight. It must be some kind of atmospheric conditions or something. I'm hearing a lot of scratchy in background, and people come in S3, S4. There's normally come in S5.
Oh, I'm sure with all the rain it doesn't help. You know, I mean, we're talking on high frequency, and rain does not bode well for high frequency. So yeah, I've noticed a lot more static, and apparently I'm having some trouble hitting the repeater.
Johnny, if you're listening, I just subscribed to your YouTube channel.
Hey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I need all the subscribers I can get now. I appreciate it a lot. Here, you have a good evening, man. Things are getting really staticky over here for me, so yeah, I'm in a bad place. But I appreciate anyone who has subscribed. Please don't yell at me in the comments, and I hope you enjoy the videos. God bless you guys. I recorded a lot more conversations than that, but there were some people who didn't want to be recorded, so I decided not to. Other people did not specify that I couldn't, so I did. And if you're mad at me and that's you on there, then you can this one time yell at me in the comments. I cut out everyone's call signs, including my own, so we can't be located. I thought it'd be a nice thing. Anyways, if you guys do decide to get your GMRS license, I'll show you how to hook one of these up to a repeater. I mean, I'll make a video on that for sure. Anyways, until next time, hopefully it wasn't too boring. It's Johnny Jones. I'm here at home, and I'll see you later, punk. I'm gonna start ending with punk.